Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa has released the Special Investigating Unit's report into COVID-19 procurement. Over 5,000 contracts totaling 14.3 billion rand have been investigated. Of that, close to 3,000 contractors were found to be irregular. Some of the contracts still under investigation, so this doesn't look very good. How does the president handle this? Political analyst Dr. Sam Comer joining us. Dr. Comer, morning to you. Appreciate your time. And one would imagine in an election year for the ANC, and off the back of promises made in the local government elections about stamping out corruption, the president needs to be very firm on how he handles this, doesn't he?
Definitely, Gareth. Good morning to you and your viewers, and thank you for having me. Yes, basically the findings and the outcomes of the SIU report, which looked into the PPE procurement corruption in the public sector, basically it's an indictment on the Ramaphosa administration, because to a large extent, when he got into office in 2018, he promised a new dawn, and also he promised to root out corruption. So I'm definitely sure that wherever he is quite embarrassed by the revelations coming out of this particular report, because 3 years into his presidency, this is the massive scandal that he has to grapple with. But the good thing is that he has shown commitment to deal with issues of corruption, maladministration within the government, and also in terms of taking certain measures that relates to consequences management on the part of officials implicated in some of the reports. But the challenge for him will be how to adequately resource these criminal justice institutions, because we know that in the 2020 to 2021 financial year, there was a huge budget cut on the National Prosecuting Authority. About 420 million was cut on the allocation, which was supposed to be allocated to the NPA. So this also impedes the work of the National Prosecuting Authority, one, in terms of retaining the current crop of personnel, of investigators and prosecutors they have in their ranks, two, attracting skilled and also capable prosecutors and other specialists to join the NPA, and three, how to adequately build their institutional infrastructure tailored to deal with anti-corruption.
Doctor, let me ask you this question about dealing on the corruption. It's exactly where I wanted to climb in on that, Doctor. So how does the president show political strength in a case like this? There are some analysts and some critics suggesting the president doesn't have the strength, doesn't have the will to make difficult political decisions. When we see names of politicians, ANC members possibly being involved in PPE corruption, do you think the president has the will, has the strength to drop the guillotine and do what needs to be done?
Yes, Gareth, a careful reading of the SIU PPE procurement corruption report, what is intriguing and disturbing about it is that it flags senior government officials who have been flagged as having committed these acts of maladministration and also corrupt acts in collusion with private companies and private individuals. So here we are dealing with or referring to senior government officials, high-ranking. Some are HODs, some are DDJs, some are chief directors, some are heads of procurement units, some are municipal managers, as opposed to what has been the situation that only low-level government officials are involved in acts of corruption. So this is quite embarrassing, because these are officials who have full knowledge of the law that governs public procurement, namely the PFMA and the MFMA. They cannot plead ignorance. And if you refer to the report, there are referrals for disciplinary measures to be taken against the implicated officials. So this is where political office bearers, namely the MECs, the mayors or executive mayors, the ministers, and the president have to action those disciplinary cases. But in terms of the mandate of the SIU, they fairly performed well in terms of civil litigation, you realize that they were proactive in certain instances in indicting the payments which are due to some of these implicated companies. They were also able to recover some of these stolen public funds. They were also able to interdict the payout of pensions to some of these implicated government officials, and also take other corrective action measures.
Dr. Comer, thank you. An in-depth view of how the president can and should be handling this SIU report into corruption, particularly around PPE. Always good to have the good doctor with us, Dr. Sam Comer, political analyst here on ENCA.